creators in general, you seem to have one of the biggest cult fan-like audiences who do what you say and almost worship you in a way, but not to put them down, but they really look up to you and listen to you. How have you managed to build such a loyal fan base?
The last time when we had the pod that was dropping, you're like, let's run it up, and boom, like everyone watched, everyone was commenting, it was amazing. So yeah, how have you done that?
It was like 50 comments a minute, if not more.
They resonate. They resonate with the story, man. With the come up. $16 or 16 with $200 in a suitcase. It's the come up. They resonate. Most motherfuckers in that same spot, bro. So the shit that I talk about, it may be obvious. You know, people are like, oh, that's obvious. Okay, well, put it into practice. Put it into practice. That's number one. Number two is clarity of mind. A lot of people have not understood that thinking, developing the mind, the brain is like a muscle. You have to train it. Most people haven't trained their mind. So when they listen to our conversation, it's stimulating for them. I was walking yesterday and I was like, imagine when the radio came out for the first time or the TV came out for the first time. And instead of doing like all these program shows, it was like podcasting. It was just people hanging out. When people come and approach me on the street, they realize I'm the same motherfucker than I am with you guys. I'm the same guy on camera. I'm the same guy in person. So people see it and they're like, okay, this is dope. Maybe if I listen to this guy, a couple things in my life could be better. So it's, what's the intention of the person behind the message? People already know I made money. That's undeniable. My lifestyle proves it. Now the question is, if the question is, well, he no longer needs money, what is he after? Well, when you tell me, hey, you know, I was a little bit skeptical last time about this biohacking health, but you know, I'm starting to come into it, and it's like, it's better. I'm like, yeah, because it's better. It's a better way of life. He's tapped into it. He's like, okay, like I'm all in. I'm dialed in. You'll come around. Your dad's coming around. So if the outcome of our relationship, because with the audience is literally a relationship, is that you become a better person, then that's good enough with me. Goodwill. And that's what it is. People comment, people have a good time, people are involved in the community because it's goodwill. They're getting a lot of value. They're learning. And in return, they get access to community. They get access to like-minded individuals. Communities get together. We did a meetup in Dubai. 1,600 people showed up. Like fucking crazy.
That's crazy, yeah.
And yeah, I think the allegiance comes from the fact that I'm loyal to them. So it's dual-sided.
What was your first bit of content that actually went viral and started gaining the traction for you?
I started streaming with Sneeko when he was really just getting started. He was really in the come up phase. But before that, I had my own e-commerce community. So I expanded out of e-commerce to more just general entrepreneurship. Then made a couple of vlogs, and then it kind of just tumbleweeded into where we are today. I need to start doing some more content. I've been thinking about rolling out my own podcast, and thinking about doing that as well. Because once again, it's the value of the conversation. Most people, we need to understand that the environment that we live in today, that we've created, this healthy environment, most people don't live in this environment. So it's the phenomenon of the goldfish. The goldfish is living inside the glass bowl and doesn't know that the glass bowl is keeping him alive. Most people, they don't live in an environment that is healthy for their mind, that is healthy with their relationship. So when they tap into our content, it's a breath of fresh air. They're like, oh, this is dope. And then you have the opposite side, the guy that's still resistant, that listens to the message or listens to what I'm saying, is like, nah, this can't be true. This can't. Well, I get it, bro. I know you're in pain. Like, I know life is fucked up. I know you don't see it yet. I was there, but with enough time and dedication, like, you can chip that garbage away and renew your mind. So it all starts and finishes in the mind. Most people, it's not about doing something. It's about setting up a destination in the first place, right? And most people don't even know where they're going. So establishing some clarity in basics, things like, hey, get your money right. Get your mind right. Get your relationships right. The basic shit. The accountability that nobody likes. That hurts. That's the healthy stuff. Because you deal with the little angst of, what he's saying is true, or what he's saying offends me. Okay, but if you act upon that offense and you're like, maybe he has a point. Maybe he's not right about everything. For you to assume that I would be right about everything is a delusion. I could be right about nothing at all. So don't take what I'm saying as the gospel. Take it and dissect it. Utilize it. If it's of value, extract it. If it's not of value, leave it away. be a student of life.
Yeah, I think you obviously have a lot of value to share, and your podcast would be great. But there are so many people starting podcasts and trying to be gurus that haven't actually achieved anything in life. What would you say to those people? What do you think about that? Should they, put down the camera for now and go and actually do something with their life?
Intention. It's about intention. So are you creating content because you want to make money? Perfect. Make sure your audience knows that you're creating content and that this is the way that you make money. There's no shame in it. But if you're going to present an image that isn't real and authentic, people are not going to vibe with you, and you are not going to enjoy it. You may fall into the illusion and the lie that you're going to enjoy it short term, but long term, you're a hypocrite. And acting takes a lot of fucking effort. And if you're always acting, if you're always, the character's always turned on, then you're not going to live a happy life. So become that which you want to personify, right? And be proud of. If you become somebody that you're proud of publicly, you're going to display that person because you're proud of that person. If you're not, work on the things that you know are going to elevate your self-esteem. And it's not just making money. There's more to life than just that. There's plenty of, I don't even talk about, my message is mostly about making money. I talk about whatever the fuck I talk about. I wouldn't even say, maybe money's like 20% because it's important, because I happen to be in this space. But it's just one building block to the entire equation.
Yeah, I mean, something we found is having those conversations all the time just gets boring because it's the same thing again and again. The information is very simple, but the person behind it and the story that you just talked about, the come up, that's what makes it interesting, coming from a person that's actually got those anecdotes and can talk about the journey along the way. I think that's what a lot of these gurus young gurus don't have. We know a few, don't we?
I think everyone should make content though. I think even if you're not where you want to be, as long as you're not pretending within that content, I think there's a beauty in making content.
Show the journey
while you're on the come up, or being truthful to who you are and talking to people who are a couple of years behind you, or whatever. So I don't think it's a case of go make money then make content. I think it needs to be in, together.
I think it's people taking the wrong message from, Luke and my dad and that.
Yeah.
They think I should do what they're doing rather than do what they're teaching.
Yeah, and it's comparison is the killer of joy. For you to assume that with 4 years of entrepreneurial experience, never having read a finance book, never having balanced a checkbook, that you are going to be in the same place financially and in business than me, it's delusional. For me to assume that I'm going to be in the same investment situation, that I'm going to have the same investment thesis and the same high win rates as some of the top fund managers in the world is delusional because I don't have the experience. So what do I have to do? Go get the experience. You can't cheat it. You can't cheat it. Like, you could cheat your way through school. You could cheat your way through lying to your parents. You could cheat, but it's like fighting. It's like the gym. You got to show up. And if you don't show up, the moment that you have to prove yourself, you fall. So if you want to be a real entrepreneur, go actually start a business. Go work for somebody. Go be a number 2. Go be a number 3 in a company. Figure out the basics of accounting. Like the simple shit. And then from there, you gain the confidence to what? To talk about what you know. Not to talk about what you've heard. Talk about what you know with conviction.
I think it's that long-term vision, isn't it? Rather than just thinking what's going to make me the money in the short term, what's going to make me a better person, have those stories, and the 10-year vision versus the 2-year vision.
When you walk into a room with successful people, people that have money, people that don't need your money, they're not going to sit down and be interested about you telling them how you were able to make an extra whatever and your ROI and your return. Maybe in the business context, yes. People care about your stories. People care about your experiences. People care about who you are as an individual. This idea that you can walk into a room with a $100,000 watch and impress guys that were wearing $100,000 watch is just not realistic, because that's not how they think. Because money is no longer a priority. That's the brokey mindset. That's where, because they place money here because they don't have it. When you have it, you place other things. You know what's hard to get? Experiences. You know what's hard to get? A loyal wife. You know what's hard to get? A healthy body. That's the thing that these people admire.